Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry, I didn't start that right away. I was getting some tea tonight. Anyway, let's see. Hi, Tyler. Hello, Isabel. Hi, Kenny. Yeah, Kenny's gonna be right back. Oh, she's back already. All right, perfect. Carolyn. Hello, Carolyn. And Jean. Hi, Jean. Linda. Jean says, hello, everyone from California. Linda says, first time I've been able to catch it live. Awesome. I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Shannon. Hello from New York City. Very nice. Linda from Virginia. Very, very nice. Lozzie. I saw your post earlier, Lozzie. Now, you know what? Sleep is overrated. You know, not everybody needs sleep. Hi, Crystal. Okay, so, hi, Mona. I have a bit of a dilemma. So I posted a poll in the community tab, and I posted a poll on Facebook page. And in one group, the hedgehog won. But in the other group, Lost Ocean won. And I added all the votes together, and they're like 50-50. So we didn't decide anything. Oh! Alright, so I'm going to ask those of you, love the hedgehog, so cute? Yeah, I know, super cute. So I am going to ask those of you, sleep is way overrated, right? Right, exactly. For those of you that are in chat, you guys are going to be my tiebreakers because Facebook and YouTube combined tied. So you've given her permission to sleep in? Perfect. You all are going to be my tiebreaker. So there's 20 of you in chat. You know, some of you lurking, but for those of you that are in chat, what do you want to see done tonight? Because the two polls tied. So I need a tiebreaker. So I haven't done this one live. This one I did on my own, doing Ergosoft, but I was thinking it was so fun to do that I could do it here. This one, however, we started a couple weeks ago and we never finished. So we're doing Ergosoft with these ones. Shannon has to play, there you go. And Derwent Colorsoft in these ones. So it's up to you all. In the meantime, while I wait for everybody's Lost Ocean. All right, hi Ariane. Carolyn says Lost Ocean. All right. Okay, while I wait for those responses, I also want to show you, if you don't know yet, if you haven't seen on Instagram or Facebook or whatever else, we have, and this is smaller, okay? Put a pencil in each hand and work on both at the same time. I don't think I could do that, Lozzie. I don't think I could do that. We have, and again, this is cut small. I just trimmed it down small for the stream, but we have a new coloring page in the Etsy shop, and it is our little apple fairy house here. These little seed pods were from a picture Laura took, but we have our little apple fairy house, and I saw some of you already have it today, so yay! So anyway, if you want to see this, you can type !Etsy, and that is in there. There is going to be an accompanying sticker with this one. It's just going to be a little bit before it arrives, but there will be an accompanying sticker. So I'm excited for this one. And it's going to be like the teapot where only bits of it are holographic. So my idea is, let's see if I can grab my little pointer paintbrush here. The idea is these little flowers here are going to be holographic, and you'll see the colors when you get them. These flowers here are going to be holographic. The little tiny leaves on the little dream catcher. Let's see how close we can get in. And focus. Okay, so the little tiny leaves on the dream catcher are going to be holographic. The flame should be holographic, and this is, you know, a little bit bigger. The little circles in the seed pods should be holographic. The petals, just the petals on the strawberry blossoms should be holographic. The curtains should be all holographic. I'm trying to think. Oh, and the mushrooms, not the dots, but the mushrooms should be all holographic. So if that all can come out, it's going to be... Is that the sticker Laura sent you? Oh, no, Sherry. So, Sherry, I actually create my own stickers. In fact, here, I'll show you. These are the two that I have out so far. This is my teapot sticker. You can see there's, so what I'm talking about with bits holographic, I was able to print only certain parts of the sticker holographic. So we've got, you know, here, let's lighten this up a little bit. Oh, wrong way. There we go. So we got the filigree, the door, the curtains, the flowers, that's all holographic. So that's going to be the same idea for the new one that's going to match this Apple page. The other sticker I have is a fully holographic sticker. And this is the Mushroom House. And these are vinyl stickers. And this accompanies this coloring page. That coloring page. We also colored this one on... Whoop, almost knocked over the little camera. There we go. We also colored this Mushroom House on stream. That's this one here. I started this one with Ergosofts, but I never finished it. But yeah, so this is part of a set as well. You know, I should make them as sets. I should put them as sets on Etsy. Like, you know, you can purchase the picture and the thing together. I should do that. Like some special sets. Anyway. So yeah, so I'm doing stickers based off of the fairy house drawings. So there are 5 fairy house drawings up in the Etsy store right now. 2 stickers available. We'll have a 3rd one coming up soon. The other pages, if you're curious, so this one is our recycling fairy house. This is our little fairy plaza. This is our teapot fairy house, which is the partner to this one. So anyway, but the newest one that got released today is this one. And as a little side note, I was thinking about it because we are on spring break here, and I don't know about you guys, but I am not in any hurry to go out on large group outings with large groups of people. So, truth be told, we're kind of planning some fun things at the house, and we're going to hunker down for the next couple of weeks while hopefully we can see which way this special new friend to the entire world is going to play out here. If it's going to start petering off or what else. Anyway, yeah, right, Lozzie? Hi, Kelly. And if I missed anyone, I'm going to go back up and chat here in just a second because I want to see what everybody said about the picture. But, so anyway, this is a new page. But anyway, the whole point of that is I was thinking, okay, well, maybe other people have the same idea. They're going to, you know, stay at home. They're going to relax and stuff. And so I thought it'd be a good opportunity if you wanted to color any new pages. So I put an entire site-wide sale, or, you know, store-wide sale on my Etsy store. So everything, including the stickers, are 10% off right now. So if you are wanting to snag one of the stickers, if you're wanting to grab one of the coloring pages, because I don't just have fairy houses, I do have other ones too. There's mandalas, there's other animals, there's other fantasy stuff, there's a unicorn, there's a fish, there's a chicken. So there's loads of stuff on there. Like I said, you can type !Etsy in chat and you can go over there and check it out. Like I said, there's a sale going on, and this is the brand new coloring page that got posted today. And there's loads of little stuff to this one too. So we got like a little dream catcher in the window, got some curtains, this little melty candle. Like I said, these seed pods were from a picture that Laura took, and we got strawberries, mushrooms. So anyway, if you are interested, that is where that is at. And like I said, hopefully in a couple weeks, we'll have a sticker to go with that. All right, let's scroll back up here for just a second. We have Carolyn votes for Lost Ocean. Let's see, Linda, Lost Ocean. Oh, we have a Marie Troll. Oh, another Lost Ocean, Lost Ocean. Thank you for that link, Shannon. Let's see, we have a Hedgehogs. That's 2. Hi, Espy. Let's see. Sheila. Yeah, you're never late. You arrive precisely when you mean to. Carol. Hello, Carol. And then Lost Ocean. Okay. I do love me a sale. I know, right? Okay, looks like most people want Lost Ocean. So we'll do that. And we're not going to, you know, give up on this guy. We'll come back to him eventually here. But I was enjoying Lost Ocean quite a bit. So, yeah, be good. There we go. I got some tea and water tonight. Trying to hydrate real good. Like I said, we haven't had any cases in our particular town yet, but there are some in Houston. So we're just, you know, being smart. We were supposed to have family come and visit this week, but flying from the Northwest to here didn't seem like the best choice right now. Sheila says Lost Ocean too. Awesome. So we're postponing that. And in fact, while I have everybody here, I know a lot of people were curious about, because I mentioned I was going to go get a tonsillectomy. But there are a lot of other contributing factors, but one of the reasons is I don't really feel like lowering my immune system right now in the current medical climate, among other reasons, and so I'm postponing the tonsillectomy again. I explained more into it last stream, but basically we're not going to be missing anything this week. Okay. So, with that said, why don't we jump into this? I'll talk a little bit about what I've done so far, because like I said, I did this part off stream. Let's make sure we're nice and in focus here. All right, so Johanna Basford's Lost Ocean is what this is from most of you I'm sure have seen. This page has always intimidated me a little bit. There are 3 cases in my city right now, but I'm not worried yet. Yeah, I really wasn't until the entire town, both towns were connected to, completely sold out of hand sanitizer. And I wouldn't be as concerned, but my husband works at one of the main universities here where there's 60,000 students, and they're all going to come back from spring break in about a week after traveling goodness knows where. And also, I have small children, and small children don't exactly wash their hands. So let's just say I'm cautiously alert, if that makes sense. You know, wash hands, all that kind of stuff. Maybe not go to any large group activities for the next couple of weeks. Probably not a bad idea. Let's see, it's very busy. How do you do a page like that and not have your eyes crossed or something? You know, Sherry, I do my best not to look at the entire page, and I just focus on one spot. That's why I really love the Ergosofts for that, because you can just do small little detail spots. I would say my biggest struggle on a page like this, especially in using Ergosofts, is making sure that I combine the colors to make enough different colors so that there's still, you know, pop and contrast to it. I've gone to Mexico, such a great time. Oh, awesome, Kelly. Well, I don't know how much coronavirus they've got down there, but you may have wanted to extend your vacation. I haven't attempted the Lost Ocean because I'm only used to doing flowers and leaves. Well, Lost Ocean, I've heard a lot, is definitely a bit of a different animal, I suppose, in comparison to a lot of our other books. I mean, there are a lot of pages in Lost Ocean that I just cannot do. It's just too detailed. For instance, let's see. Like, I think I did one page in here, and I actually ended up getting a headache afterward just because it was so much. Like this, I couldn't do this. If I did do it, I could do maybe fine liners with it or something, but I couldn't even bother with shading with it. It's just too small. Some of these bigger ones aren't so bad. See, I attempted this with fine liner and, you know, petered out after one. I was just like, yeah. I tried one. So there are very specific pages that I will color and that I won't color. So you can see I've done some. If it looks faded, it's because I've got tracing paper in between. Like this one has pastels done on it. So I put tracing paper on it. Let's see. Yeah, this one's a little too busy for my taste. I've done both of these on a different page. This one's one I haven't done a ton in. I don't know how many copies do I have of Lost Ocean. I've got, I don't know, 1 or 2, 3. I've got 3. Oh, here's the other one. Because I've got 1 spiral bound and then 2 not bound. Let's see, do I have anything colored in this one? Oh, here we go. Okay, this is, I did Dory in this one. I think I showed that last time. This one I was using as a practice test page. Started doing a little something there. I never finished it. I clearly have followed through. Okay, so this one was pencil because I did another page of this one in marker, and so I wanted to do the exact same color scheme. This one got all muddied, and it didn't work nearly as well. So I was just like, all right, clearly pencil or marker worked better in that one. But anyway... But I was just like, you know what? I've stared at this one and I like it, so I was just like, I'm gonna roll with it. Let's see. Hi, Rain. Welcome. Or Robin. Make your own, exactly. Make your own hand sanitizer, yeah. Every shop here's out of sanitizer, toilet rolls, and for some reason, pasta and coffee. Interesting. So segment it. Yeah, exactly. Kind of, compartmentalize. If you look at the big picture too much, you're going to get overwhelmed. Like, so when I worked on the water, I just tried to ignore everything else around the water. And in my head, I just focused on the small spaces of the water. And it didn't seem nearly as daunting to do that much. I mean, it's a big page, but if you look at the water individually, it's fairly small spaces. I haven't tried a busy page like this yet. It intimidates me. Oh, I totally get that, Carol. I mean, I've been coloring her books since 2015. It's 2020. It's taken me 5 years to get up the courage to do this page. So you are in good company. I'm not worried about it. The regular flu has more symptoms than the coronavirus. That is true. That is true. Yeah, too much small space. Exactly. Truth is, if we didn't have media, we'd never know about it. It's possible. Exactly, Kelly. You only really need to know if you have a vulnerable immune system, not worth the energy. I'm serious. No, I believe you, Shannon. I believe you. All right. Okay, so trying to think of where I left off at. I don't know that I want to start with water. We will get to some water so you can see what colors I chose for the water. Looks like I was starting to work down here a little bit. We've got some fish. This also appealed to me to get started on. We might do that because, I mean, I know that this can be pretty... 1/3 cup of aloe vera gel, 2/3 cup of alcohol, make sure over 70%. She's such a talented illustrator to do stuff so complex. Oh, most definitely. She's my favorite illustrator. She really is. I just canceled my trip to Texas this week. Airline gave me a full refund. I'd rather see on the side of caution. Oh yeah, that's exactly what we did. Because see, the family that we were supposed to come down, they were supposed to fly down on the 16th. And that's in like a week or so. And already, where she was flying from, the amount of cases has like doubled and casualty. Anyway, it's just, it's not good. And so we were less concerned, or at least she was less concerned about herself and more concerned about the kids. Just because, they're vulnerable, I guess. But then the fact of the matter is, even if she made it through the airport, because there was a medical screener in LAX. Anyway, the point is, this is not supposed to bring everybody down. I apologize. Point is, it was just too much of a risk and not worth it. We're going to reschedule for a time when we don't even have to worry about it. So, anyway. I mean, the whole point was she was coming to help when I got my tonsillectomy, and I canceled that anyway. So, it's like, all right, we'll just postpone. Come during birthday time when everybody's happy. Okay. Enough about that. Done. Okay, Allison, yo-ho-ho, Pirate's Life for me. Sorry, the ship. I get it, we're good. I kind of do want to start with the waves. We might do that. I'm in the mood for waves. Wavy waves. And like I said, we are working on here. I'm gonna shift this up just a little bit. We are using Staedtler Ergosofts. Okay. Got some dried lavender here. See, I found this at the store and I was super excited. It smells good, so I keep like a bouquet of it in the little office area I have here. Why did I cancel the lockdown? Yeah, so there's a number of contributing factors, Allison. One is I didn't really feel like lowering my immune system voluntarily at this particular point in time. Another thing, I had a hard time justifying it just because my throat hasn't hurt in a while. Whoop, almost dropped that. And, it's not like it's a massive emergency. There were a lot of different contributing factors, and it's just, I'll still probably do it, but I just wasn't, part of it was fear, if I'm perfectly honest. Part of it was definitely fear. I've heard so many horror stories about, adults getting it done. And so I'm trying to weigh out, is it worth it? Am I just getting it done because that's what ENTs say to do is, hey, this is my job to take tonsils out. Yours are mildly abnormal for an adult. Let's take them out. So it's like, is it necessary? Is it really necessary, Oh, you're allergic to lavender. Oh, no. Oh, but lavender's so nice. I love lavender. Okay, so let's zoom on in here. Let's start with these waves, shall we? Oh yeah, most definitely, Allison. If it were to become an issue, I'd schedule it right away. But for now, I just don't want to. And I'm supposed to take my daughter on a camp out next week, and it's just like, I don't know. It's really hard to find the time to cut out 2 weeks of your life to do nothing, So, but on the plus side, that means more of me and less of canceling stream. All right, so let's start with these waves. We're gonna get our, let's see, number 33 And number 37, which is kind of like, oh no, sorry. Take it back. Not 37. We want number 35. We're going to get a little bit of number 10. Hi, B. Number 10. Really? See, I didn't know. If you're not in a lot of pain, then slightly abnormal is your normal. Exactly. I didn't know that so many people were allergic to lavender. I didn't even think about that. I don't know. I always find lavender like really relaxing. Okay, and then we're also going to grab a little bit of number 6. Number 6? Yeah, just a little bit of number 6. And number 25. And then we're also going to keep a Prismacolor white on handy because it helps to blend the Staedtler sometimes. All right, so let's get these sharpened real quick because since it's such a small space, I like a nice sharp point. Well, how was everybody's weekend? For us, it feels like we're still on the weekend just because we've got the next week off. And so, yeah, we're just hanging tight a little bit. Since we did decide to kind of just stay at home this week, you know, the kids are going to get a little bored, a little cooped up, whatever. You know, we're going to take them to the park and whatnot. But I had an idea. I'm going to do like a little tea party for the kids tomorrow. Because I have this tiny little tea set that I got from a friend with these tiny little cups and everything. And so I'm going to make little sandwiches tomorrow and little cakes, and you know, the kids will get to drink apple juice, you know, just something kind of fun that they can get excited about. And I'll tell them they can dress up, and you know, they're little, they like that kind of stuff. Lavender makes me sneeze until my eyes get huge and I sneeze my brains out. Oh my word, B. Yeah, okay, you stay away from the lavender. Lavender is not relaxing for you. Now rain for the next 7 days. Yeah, it started raining here today too. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with number 33. Okay, I'm going to turn this just a bit because it'll be a little bit easier for me to do, okay? Well, if you hear any sneezing in the background, that is also my husband. He has got allergies just like crazy, and the pollen has been everywhere. You'd think that the rain would dampen it down, but it doesn't. Okay. I'm having some lemon and ginger tea tonight. Not a huge tea drinker, but every now and then I want it. Okay, so we're going to start with number 33, and this is the darkest blue of the 36 set. Starting at the base. Now I'm not just going right up on these. On the smaller ones, I kind of, you know, went up and covered the whole thing, but here I'm going to kind of fade it down so it kind of just reaches the edge there. Going a little bit lighter as I go in here. I can't do cinnamon pine cones either. Interesting. British person faints. I know, right? He needs a mask. Yeah, but it's allergy sneeze. Oh, for the pollen. Oh, gotcha. I gotcha. British person faints. I know, right? Yeah, funny story. So when I went to Scotland to meet Johanna, we met up at a coffee shop, and I do coffee, I do. And then after we had coffee, she suggested tea. I declined, and she's like, what? I'm like, I don't do tea, I'm sorry. Oh, goodness. We all had a good laugh about it. I'm a grown-up, I should probably drink more tea. I don't know. I will say that my tastes have changed as I've gotten older, like, especially since I started drinking coffee. I drink it with a lot less sugar in it now, like hardly any. Except when I started, it was a ton, and I feel like I'm getting a little bit more of a sophisticated palate in the sense that I don't need, like I always felt like tea was like watered down flavor, I suppose, which sounds silly, But now it's just, it's changed, you know, I see the appeal in it. So just made a cup of pomegranate and white tea, nice for rainy evening watching. Oh, nice. Actually, that sounds really good. Now it says white tea. So what's the white part of the tea? I just bought Bigelow's Lemon Lift Tea. It's so yummy. Oh, awesome. I love Johanna's books. I have most of them, but I haven't really colored in them. Ooh, B, you're missing out. Rob, my husband loves that tea. I love tea, but I love coffee too. Emily, you don't decline tea if a British person offers it. She's Scottish. She was Scottish. And to be fair, it's not like we were at her house. We were at a coffee shop. I just, you know, had some water. Besides, I was super nervous because, well, it was Johanna and I was all shaky from the coffee anyway. And to be perfectly honest, I was afraid I was going to spill the tea everywhere. I mean, let's be fair here. I mean, tea plant is harvested younger. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Although good to know if I ever make it back to the UK, which I definitely would like to at some point. Although in hindsight, I probably should have just accepted the tea. It was, you know, it was a big trip. I was a little overwhelmed. Bought it a couple years ago in Hawaii. Ah, I got you. Cinnamon hot chocolate is my favorite. Ah, I can't do the sugar in the hot chocolate. You know, my kids don't actually like hot chocolate. It's so weird. Okay, we're still just using number 33 here. Yeah, see, I didn't know that that you had tea with milk until I went to Scotland and I saw, you know, everybody was having tea with or milk with their tea. I was like, oh, I mean, I guess it makes sense because you have cream with your coffee. Scottish is British. Oh, well, that's my bad. That's my bad. I grow my own mint tea leaves. I make a marvelous mint tea from it. Great on a hot day. Ooh, that does sound nice, Sherry. Right. Yeah. My bad, Lozzie. My bad. Okay. To be fair, I mean, I accepted all the coffee that was offered to me. Does that count? Does that count? I think Lozzie's very disappointed in me. I'm sorry. I'm drinking tea now. Does that count? That counts. You're forgiven. Okay. Woohoo. B says sure it counts. Okay. Awesome. Probably both, Lozzie. We can go there together. Me for declining Johanna's tea because, you know, I'm a crazy lady. Hi, Nellie. Hot chocolate with coffee. You know, my husband mentioned an idea of putting a hot chocolate packet in coffee. Anyone else's thumb feel like it was going to fall off when you first started coloring small circles? Yes. Also, I have coloring callus. I don't know if you can see it here. If we put my two middle fingers together, this part is raised just a little bit more. Like I don't have much of an indent anymore. Yeah, I totally have a coloring callus. Oh no. Anybody else have a coloring callus? I'm trying to think. Not really on this finger, but yeah, it's mostly just right there. Coloring callus. Corner buddies, exactly. Has anyone seen Nobody's Fool of Paul Newman and Jessica Tandy? Do you like some tea? Not now, not ever. Oh, I love Jessica Tandy. I haven't seen it, but I do love Jessica Tandy. Need to try hot chocolate and coffee? Wait, what did I do wrong? Just finished watching The Voice? Nice. I do that with hot chocolate in my coffee? Nice. I'm just glad you did, because I would have done that thing. Did you mean tea the beverage or tea the small meal? Tea the beverage, Patty. Tea the beverage. We were at a coffee shop, and we had just finished our cups of coffee, and she was going to go get a cup of tea, and she offered to bring me and my mother a cup of tea. Well, my mother graciously accepted because she is, you know, smart. And I was just like, no thanks. I don't know what's wrong with me. Just accept the tea. It's Johanna. I mean, my word. Woman got an OBE from the queen. You accept the tea from the woman that got the OBE from the queen. Oh, Lord. I'd probably be more embarrassed if I thought that she was going to see this. Aw, thanks, Sherry. If I ever pause, it's because I'm reading through chat. Like, if my pencil stops and I'm not saying anything, I'm reading. I do my best to keep up with chat, but sometimes I have a hard time multitasking. And that is why Emily can never return to Great Britain. I know, right? I'm gonna get to the border like, pretty sure you can't come in here. We heard you declined an offer of tea. Not just any tea. We heard you declined an offer of tea from Johanna. Yeah, you're gonna have to go back to the U.S. Like, just turn around, back on the plane. This isn't something you do. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. I promise I'll never turn down tea again. I promise. I promise. I'll drink the tea. I'll drink the tea. I should know better. Tea is a big thing in the UK. The queen was like, nope, she refuses tea. She's not coming again. I know, right? It's gonna get back to the queen. That illustrator, she denied the tea. So did she share with you how she does the super detailed stuff? I don't know that we talked about the detailed stuff so much, but, you know, I think she just takes her time, just like any other picture. It just takes a little while. Where's that picture from, Nellie? This is from Johanna Basford's Lost Ocean. Lost Ocean. That's in here. I've seen some beautiful renditions of it. There we go. Thanks, Kenny. Gosh, can you imagine? I ever get to meet the queen, I'm going along, shaking hands, and she's like, I feel like I know you. And I'd be like, oh, well, I've been to Scotland before. She's like, that's right. You were the one that refused the tea. And I'd be like, I'm sorry. I'll drink all the tea. I'm sorry. Oh, I've learned my lesson. Tea refusal is a no-no. Also, I apparently never pronounced Dunatar Castle correctly. Apparently it's pronounced Dunatar. But I always felt silly saying it that way. Dunatar seemed to flow off the tongue a little bit easier. Maybe if I don't know. Hey, it's American refuse British tea. Does that mean that I'm rude? I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to do slightly different colors. We have these waves that have the dots and waves that don't. So on the waves that don't, I'm going to use the teal color. On the waves that do, I'm going to use more of blue color just to get a slight variation in the waves. It's okay, Emily. I'll smooth things out for you. Thanks. All right, Lozzie, you have a chat with the queen for me. Emily, tea's not so important now in the UK with all the lovely coffee shops here. I'm British. Okay, see? Heather has officially forgiven me, so it's accepted. I drank the coffee, and the coffee was the first round, so, you know. I think, honestly, I was just so nervous I wasn't thinking straight. Alright, let's see, 35 is what we're using now. The question is, what is the kind of accepted way to have your coffee in the UK? Is there like, because obviously like I know now that milk is a pretty common thing in a way to drink your tea. So is there a common kind of way to drink your coffee? Is it just black with cream, black with sugar, black with cream and sugar? I never drink tea. Lozzie? Heather! Lozzie is taken aback. Just blending that in there. Leaving just a tiny bit of white on the edge. Drink here. Lozzie, I'm horrified! Tiny ones here. We're not so fussy with our coffee. We drink it pretty much every way possible. All right, that's fair. I love now how you did that light blue and shadow areas. Which one? On the waves or down here? Sherry, waves or the under the water? Because I can do a quick section with the under the water. I mean, it's basically the same theory of what I'm doing with the waves, but I'll do a section under the water as well. There we go. Let's see. Did I missing this one here? Down there? Okay, cool. Yeah, as soon as I'm done with these waves, I'll go and do like this small section over here. Coffee here is drunk so many ways now. Not when I was younger. It was standard to have instant coffee with milk and sugar. Instant coffee? I have to be honest, I've never had instant coffee. All right, now we're going to use number 37. I honestly didn't even start drinking coffee until like 2000. It's a subtle difference, but there's a little difference. I can zoom in just a bit. Let's see. 2015 maybe, or 2016. I honestly didn't start drinking coffee until my second child was born. Mama needed the caffeine. So I've been drinking coffee less than 4 years, which is interesting because when I was younger, I actually worked at Starbucks for a while, and so they want you to try all the coffees, but I just didn't like it. But I think it's just my tastes have changed as I've gotten older, and you know, my desperation for caffeine as well. When Americans say coffee with cream, do they mean with milk? I will only use milk if there's no half and half. But we have specifically creamer. So I mean, there's heavy whipping cream, which is used for, you know, making you know, macaroni cheese and you know, whipped cream and all of that. And then there's half and half. Like I said, I'll use milk if there's nothing else available, but half and half is a little bit richer and a little bit thicker. Yeah, I'd say that's most people drink it at home. Yeah. But Emily, Lossie. Let's see. Okay, now we're gonna use empty nester here. Yay! Yeah. You know, I feel like my delay isn't as bad today. All right, I'm gonna test it. Okay, so I'm gonna put my hand. Boom. Now I'm gonna lift it. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 seconds. Okay. I was counting. I can see the stream up here on my phone, so I'm looking at it. So there's like a 21-second delay-ish. At least on mobile it is. I don't know if it's different with desktop. But I was curious what the delay was. So when I put my hand down and everybody could see it, then I counted until I saw myself do that on the other stream. So 21-second delay, which actually is kind of better than it has been. Use coconut creamer. Ooh, interesting. And flavored creamers, yes. Yeah, I like the French vanilla creamer. I don't use it as much because I can't control how much sugar it is in. So I'm using number 10 now, by the way. My favorite way to have my coffee is with half and half, a little bit of, oh, I didn't mean to put the yellow there. Oh well. A little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of brown sugar. Let's see. Hi, Emily. Hubby went shopping for groceries. My creamer was gone. None at the store. Oh, no. None at the stores. Never heard of half and half cream? Yeah, half and half's pretty common around here. I'm trying to think of what it's half and half of, but I assume it's half of, regular milk and half of the heavier cream that we have around here. But it just comes in a little carton. And yeah, so it's just heavier and richer than your standard milk. That's all. Let's see. I don't think we have your recipe. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, I know that I had coffee when I was in Scotland. I guess I just assumed it was cream. Maybe it was milk. But yeah, like I said, half and half's just a little bit thicker, a little bit richer. It gives it, a little bit of a heartier drink, I suppose. Okay, and then number 25. The coffee shop that I like to go to, they have a drink there called a Cinnamon Delight. And really, it's got like pumps of like vanilla syrup in it. But the syrup just adds that much more sugar to it. And so I will have them do it with no sugar, no syrup and half the sugar. And then I usually do non-fat milk, but that's only because I usually get a kolache, and in my head it balances out if I have non-fat milk and then get a kolache, which is kind of like a potato-style bread, but in it there's cheese and ham, and needless to say, there's nothing non-fat about that kolache. So we don't have creamers or half and half in Australia. Really? Ask me, how do you drink your coffee? People are going crazy here. I think the stores were emptied out. I wouldn't say people are going crazy. But because we just made the decision to kind of hang out at home for the next 2 weeks while this thing kind of does its thing, we didn't stock up by any means. We just got enough groceries so that we weren't going to have to leave the house for the next couple of weeks. I remember a while back having to explain to an American friend what an electric kettle was. As she said, you don't use them in America. I was astonished. I know what an electric kettle is. And actually, I read an article the other day that I was kind of surprised that a lot of Americans don't have kettles in their homes. And here we just, have the metal kettle, fill it up with water and heat it up on the stove. Or in a pinch, you grab a saucepan and you heat up the water in the saucepan. Or, and in this particular article, they, apparently there were a number of British folk who were horrified at the idea we'll microwave our water. So here's my question. Is that article correct? Are you as appalled as the article was by the thought of microwaving your water for tea? I mean, it's a quick way to heat it up, I suppose. All right, so we'll do a little bit of this water over here to show how I got the shadows and such. All right, so I drink coffee black, but sister has hers with milk. Ah, okay. All right, so number 33 again. So on spaces where there's not really enough to differentiate, I go ahead and fill in most of that here. Lozzie, just the ... and the shock face. So microwaving water is a no-no? Color me appalled. Hi, Pam. We're discussing the horrors of the correct and incorrect way to heat up your water for tea. Okay, but what if you're in a hurry, Lozzie? What if you're in a hurry and you don't have time to wait for the water to boil? You can put a mug of water in the microwave, hit the minute, and then it's hot enough for your tea. And now, rather than having to wait 10 minutes for it to boil, it's done in 1 minute. I mean, there is logic behind it, right? Right? No proper tea drinker could ever get behind microwaving water. Hi, C. I'm so happy to catch you. I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Kelly. I mean, you know, it could be acceptable, right? Okay, Lozzie, I have a confession to make. This tea that I'm drinking tonight, I microwaved the water, Lozzie. I'm so sorry. Well, I don't have an electric kettle, Lozzie. I don't. I'm sorry. Sorry. Oh, I'm the worst tea person ever. I reject the tea from Johanna, and I microwave my hot water. Ugh. I should be ashamed of myself. Lozzie. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm such a horrible disappointment. I'm sorry. It worked, okay? It worked. We had just got the kids to bed. Half of chat leaves. I know, right? See, I thought about using my coffee maker for the hot water, but then it was going to taste a little bit like coffee. I don't know. I only make coffee in there. Oh, man. They're all appalled with me. That Emily, she microwaves her water. Emily, I stayed late for you, and this is how you treat me. I'm sorry, Lozzie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you ever forgive me? But the tea is so tasty. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am not worthy. Aw, thanks, B. See, B still loves me. B still loves me, even though I microwave my tea water. Oh my goodness. Lozzie, I have a confession to make. I've also never had beans for breakfast. I hear beans on toast is a thing. I've never had beans for breakfast. Lozzie, take heart. Some Americans were taught to make tea the proper way. Hot boiling water. Warm the pot first. Let it steep. I let mine steep in the cup. Does that count? I microwave the cup. Put the tea bags in the cup. Let it sit there for like 5 minutes. We microwave everything. Exactly, we do. We don't own a microwave? Oh my gosh, I have children. I need a microwave. I don't know. It's just easier to heat things up that way sometimes. Actually, you know, I probably don't use my microwave that much. Oh no. Oh no. That's hilarious. I'm trying to think of what other appalling things I do. Emily, have you ever been called corny? Yes, Kenny. Yes, I have. Or as I like to call it, hilarious. My kids wouldn't know what to do without a microwave. Hi, Bev. Hello. Oh, no. Oh, no, Chad. I made Lozzie cry. Lozzie, I'm so sorry. Someone had Lozzie a tissue. Oh, Lord. I've completely disappointed her. Completely. We need to send you over to England for a proper cuppa. Well, I've been to Scotland, where I refused tea from Johanna Basford. I don't want to talk about it. We haven't had a microwave in 7 years. You just learn to live without it. Yeah, I suppose. Oh my gosh. You all are hilarious. This is amazing. See, now I'm glad I moved stream to the evening. Because if I had it in the morning, worried I'd have a lot more of the British angry at me, because that's when they can all watch it. So your pressure is harder towards the lines, a little softer as you go around it. Yes, Sherry. So I choose areas that are kind of like the smallest, where I think it's going to be darker. So like here in the little crevice, right here with the fish, here between these leaves, this little area here, and that's where I add my darker bits. And then I'm leaving just enough white space out where I'm going to go ahead and add in the teal. I'm like, I don't think I can smooth things over with the queen for you anymore. Oh no! First thing, instead of getting coffee makers, you get 3 kettles, Mr. T, and a sterling silver tea service. Nice. Oh, wedding, gotcha. Ozzy, don't cry. I'll microwave you a cup of tea and we can talk about it. Oh my goodness. Oh man, Lozzie, please. What if I send? Thanks, Pam. What if I send some half and half? We can introduce the queen to half and half. Will that work? Can we do that? Micro tea. There we go. If I send some half and half, will I be forgiven? I would say we could introduce the queen to adult coloring, but I hear Kate already colors in the adult coloring books. Oh no, Sherry, you're just fine. You are just fine. Ask away. You are just fine. We chat and color. Yeah, so I just choose the little crevices and go darker in those areas. No! Can you tell this Canadian is married to a Brit? Sherry, absolutely. Oh yeah, oh, you're talking about, yeah. Yeah, we all learned at some point, exactly. In between the hilarity. It's good stuff. Here we go. Alright, I'm gonna stop there and we're gonna add the teal here. Alright, so now I'm going to grab number 35, and I'm just going to kind of lightly go everything. That's what I hear. There was an article I read where when Johanna went through and got her OBE, oh gosh, I'm going to make everyone mad again. Oh, crud, what's Kate's husband's name? Oh no, I don't remember. What's his name? Hold on. No, it's not Charles. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I need to remember this. Princess Diana's boy. Oh, I don't remember his name. Anyway, I'm going to skate right past it. Anyway, when Johanna was shaking his hand, he mentioned that Kate liked to color in Secret Garden. Oh no. Right, when is the next thing numerically? I need to William, thank you. Oh my lord. I have thoroughly embarrassed myself. I'm sorry, Lozzie. I'm sorry. Harry, yes, Harry's the younger one, right? Emily Corner. I know. I'm just. Can I come back yet? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh no. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. You know, I have nothing to say except I'm very American, okay? I'm very American. And Lozzie just had a heart attack. But that's how my mama taught me to make tea, but finding tea leaves this day is difficult, yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna scoot over here and drink my microwaved tea. Emily's in timeout. I'm sorry. I have no other excuse except I'm American. I'm sorry. I'm very American. I mean, I live in Texas right now. What do you want from me? I'm very American, right? And I've thoroughly offended everybody now. Oh my goodness. Oh my lord. This is gonna be a stream to remember. Oh my. Okay, so we've added number 35. We're gonna add a little bit of number 10 now. We're gonna do some color variation. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna get so many comments on this. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. And then a little bit of number 25. Guys, I think I broke Lozzie. Someone should check on her. Lozzie, are you okay? All right, Kelly. Yeah. Well, I grew up in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest, but we're down here because my husband's working on his PhD. So we've been in Texas for quite a while now. Okay. And then we're gonna grab number 6 here, so we can add just a little bit of extra kind of darkness here in the corners, and we'll kind of fade that out a little bit. We don't want to add a whole new brand new layer of colors. We're just adding a little bit more color variation. Why the yellow? Because it helps add a little bit of brightness and contrast to it. And if you think about it, I mean, an ocean isn't just strictly blue. So this is going to add a little bit more definition and almost character to your color than just giving it a flat color. It gives the eye more to look at. You know, you're looking along like, oh, blue, blue. Oh, hey, look, a little bit of yellow kind of thing. Someone please just give me a hug. Someone hug Lozzie. Here we go. Here we go. We can do, we'll do this. We'll do this. Do you forgive me? Look, I typed a hug. I'm hugging you. As soon as it pops up. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. I feel lightheaded, right? Oh, how funny. I typed in here, but it's not showing up on mobile. Sends Lozzie a big hug. There you go. Technology ruined tea. Send in the press. There you go. Beans for breakfast, gas at dinner. There you go. That's hilarious. Well, I typed it. I don't know. Did what I typed show up in chat? It's not showing up on the mobile version. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So, and you know what? I think I want to add a little bit more pink because I did on this side too. Excuse me. Now, I've never had black pudding, but I think that's acceptable. I think black pudding is only a thing you would have if you were in Scotland. My husband kept daring me to try haggis while I was there, but I couldn't bring myself to it. So instead, I brought him home haggis-flavored chips. Can I have a cup of tea, please, B? B, make sure you microwave it. Oh, no, wait. B doesn't have a microwave. You are safe to get tea. Your computer's mad at you. I know, right? You're safe to get tea from B. Oh, BT. Oh, BT. That's hilarious. Okay, so we've done some waves. We've done some water. Let's see. Let's do the ship. I feel like doing the ship. Emily, just stop now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lozzie. Yeah, just adding the extra color, the pink, the yellow, the purple, it just adds a little bit to the water. I don't know if we can zoom out here a little bit. So I did the same here. You know, so if you were to add just blue, and it kind of ties in with everything else too, because you've got pink and orange and everything like that, so it kind of helps draw all of the color in. Lozzie has recommended that I just stop. You're done. You're done now. Love black pudding, haggis, and eggs equals breakfast. Yum. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've never had any of that. Well, eggs, yeah, but not black pudding and haggis. I'm trying to think. What did I have? Okay, so when I was in Scotland, I ordered some fish and chips, and oh my goodness, the size of fish was just huge. I could not finish the whole thing. If it helps, Lozzie, if it makes you happy, when I went, my mother and I, every time we went to a new place, like, because we didn't want to go anywhere chain, because, like, there was a Subway there, and I was just like, we have Subways in the U.S., I don't want to go to Subways. So we went to, like, these little hole-in-the-wall cafes and everything, and whenever we went, I couldn't eat as much sugar then, but I tried to get a bite. My mother got the slice, but we always tried to sample every different cafe's version of the Victoria sponge. And if it helps, I knew about the Victoria sponge because of watching the Great British Baking Show. So I'm not a total loss. good, Sherry. That's real good. Okay, so now I'm going to use number 77. We are going to get some brown on here. Darker at the tip. We're going to kind of fade out as we go. Then we get a little bit darker here because a little bit of shadow from the wave in here. And I'm just kind of doing flicks out here. Oh, there's something under here that is... Don't you hate that when you realize there's just a tiny bit of something and it messes with the smoothness of your paper? Oof. Oof, oof. Oh, and it got caught in the tripod. You've just redeemed yourself a little, Emily. Okay, whew. I mean, I love Mary Berry. Does that count? Does that count? I mean, Paul Hollywood could, you know, use a little work, but I like Mary Berry. And I love Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who. So, I mean, there's that too. In fact, I was just heartbroken because I found out that Amazon Prime took Doctor Who off because stupid HBO Max won the bidding on it and is now going to have it over on their streaming channel. And I don't want to buy for HBO Max, so I'd probably rather just save up the money I would spend on HBO Max and just buy Doctor Who so that nobody can ever take it away from me again, because that made me sad. In fact, I have a pencil container. I love David Tennant era. That is my favorite too, Lozzie. David Tennant was the best Doctor. I will say though, the most recent episodes, the last couple episodes in the Jodie, the most recent one, was a little redeemed. I felt like the previous episodes were a little too political, but the last episodes really felt like classic Doctor Who. But I have this little pencil thing. I think it's actually technically a cookie jar. Let me see this. And then you open it up and I don't know if you can hear it. See? It lights up on the top. And then look here. You can hear it. I don't know how well you can hear that. Let's see. You was just thinking I love Doctor Who. Yeah, me too. I love the Great British Baking Show. Yes, you know, I actually have here, I'll show you this. You will probably get a kick out of that. Let's see. I have a book. Here we go. Ba-da-da-da. I actually have the Great British Bake Off coloring book. Although I will say I'm not a huge fan of his illustrations because he just draws the lines too thick. These would be absolutely gorgeous if the lines were thinner. If the lines were thinner, I would be a much happier camper, to be sure. Why don't you get it on DVD? I probably should. Although if I was going to invest in it, I'd probably want to get it like on Blu-ray or something. I've watched and rewatched every Doctor Who made since it started. I know, right? You're doing a good job winning back my support, Emily. Woohoo! My niece had me make a TARDIS birthday cake. Oh, nice. I'm addicted to Gilmore Girls at the moment. Oh, Bev, have you watched the like 4 episodes or whatever of the new Gilmore Girls? You like the thick lines? Okay. Hi, Lucy. Hello. I also had a Doctor Who keychain, but it broke off. I'm trying to think of what else I have that's Doctor Who. Oh, okay. So I have a little... I went to one of those you paint it places. At one point the trunk broke off, but you know, you paint these yourself, and so I painted a little TARDIS cape on the back of the elephant. You know, it was just the elephant itself, but this is where I keep my rings when I'm not wearing them. But yeah, a little elephant with a little TARDIS cape. I used to be scared of the robots in one of the earliest episodes, but now they obviously look like men in cardboard boxes. Yes, a little bit. Hi, Amber. Yeah, The Year in the Life. I didn't like that one. Yeah, I felt like I expected more from Rory. Like, I was hoping that the story was, yeah, her mom got pregnant at 16, and, you know, but she made something of herself despite the fact, and, you know, everything. But Rory kind of, I don't know, I don't want to spoil anything, but it just felt like it came one big full circle, you know? So I agree. I'm not entirely sure how I felt about A Year in the Life. Okay, 77. I mean, even at the end of the series, I felt that Lorelai was a little bit too much of an influence on Rory's life. You know, like she almost put her fears and her relationship issues and they kind of rubbed off on Rory. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. Jess turned out to be a pretty good guy. But, I don't know. I might have... Lorelai's too fake and full on. It was forced. Yeah, I can see that. I probably would have married Logan. I think I would have. I don't know. Like, back in the Year of the Life, if I had to choose somebody based on the Year in the Life, I probably would have chosen Jess. But at the time, you know, she was funnier in the series, yeah. Medicine is knocking me out. I'll watch as long as I can. Night, Emily and everyone. Good night, Patty. I like Dean. Yeah, but Dean cheated on his wife. So, that definitely lost him some points. All right, 76 now. Yeah, Dean cheated on his wife. So, yeah. That definitely knocked him out of the running for me. I mean, if we were to go just strictly based on looks... when in choosing a husband, you shouldn't go just strictly based on looks. But it's a TV show, so you're allowed to. I probably would have gone with Logan also. I mean, Jess isn't bad. Dean was a little too tall for my taste. But, you know, and now Jess is a writer, and he's creative, which is, you know, right up my alley. So, Year in a Life, Gilmore Girls, I would have chosen Jess. End of the Gilmore Girls series, I probably would have chosen Logan. Let's see. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and grab... Oh, looks-wise, it'd be Luke or Logan. Yeah, I could see that now. At the time when I first started watching it, you know, I was quite a bit younger, so in my head I didn't really look at Luke, just because, you know, in my head I was just like, oh, he's old. You know, of course I'm, you know, creeping up on 34 here, and he doesn't seem that old anymore. 49 now. Although it did irritate me that Lorelai just treated him so poorly. And same thing with Max. Poor Max. Max was a catch. She missed out with Max. Kirk home. All right, Tyler, you can have Kirk. I hope you two are very happy together. Oh my word. Could have been worse. Taylor or Kirk. Exactly right. Yeah. Oh, baby. That Taylor. 21 plus. Too many to mention. Yeah, that Taylor. Oh, baby. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I take it back. Oh, God. Okay. So we used number 77, number 76, and number 49 so far. Now what I want to do is I'm actually going to grab number 6, the dark purple, and I'm going to bring some of that contrast right here under the edge of the boat. Just like so. A little bit on the edge here. Or TJ. Yeah, TJ was something else. Or Jackson. Jackson was sweet. Jackson was a perfect match for Suki. Or who here remembers Rune. Well, now my British sensibilities have been assaulted. I should go to bed and get some sleep. Oh, Lozzie. All right, Lozzie. Do get some sleep. Yeah, I guess it's, what is it? Oh my goodness, Lozzie. Is it almost 4 a.m. there? I'm pretty sure you're like 6 hours ahead. Well, I appreciate you staying up, Lozzie. I'm so sorry that I insulted your sensibilities. I'm so sorry that I like my microwave tea. Yeah, Jackson was sweet. Jackson was so sweet. All right, so we used that little bit of purple there. Here, I guess I can turn that right side up a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do now... Oh my god, Rune, no way. I know, right? Rune was painful. Rune was painful. All right, let's make sure that's in focus. All right, we're going to use just a tiny bit of blue here. Just a tiny bit. Okay. Just a bitty bit. Okay. Don't need much more than that. 2:41 a.m. if Lozzie is in the UK. I thought they were 6 hours ahead. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, it's 2:40 a.m. 9:41, 10:41, 11:41, 12:41. What is wrong with me? Why can I not math? It's not 6 hours ahead? Oh, well. I'll take your word for it. You're there. You probably know better than I do. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab a... Let's see. These are portholes. They're not necessarily going to be brown. I'm going to grab a gold gel pen. This is a Sleechy metallic gel pen. Britain is 5 hours ahead. They don't do... Oh, it changed. That's right. 5 hours. Stupid daylight savings time. Who came up with that? It's so stupid. It's so stupid. We've been using the last couple days trying to get the kids on a new schedule. I hate daylight savings time. Another one in the room category is Bo, Jackson's brother. Oh, yeah, Bo. Oh, my gosh. I'm so glad, Lozzie. Yeah, right. Daylight savings time. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so we're going to use this gold gel pen on the little portholes here because they're pretty tiny, and I don't think it would be worth it to shade them. So we are going to use this a little bit. Little bit. You'll notice when I'm coloring teeny tiny spaces, I get a little bit quieter. Because part of me is pretty sure I'm going to end up out of the line, which is fine, but I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Oh, thanks, Tammy. Here, I'll zoom out so you can see. We're working on it. It's coming along, coming along. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with these bubbles yet. We'll get there, though. We'll get there. Good night, Lozzie. Get some sleep. Okay. So, ideally, a ship's sails would be kind of like a tan color, but I kind of want to have a little bit of fun with it. And I think we should do... Now, the sky, I'm planning on doing like pinks and oranges. So, why don't we do... Let's grab... We're going to grab this one and this one, okay? So we're going to grab number 38 and number 10. Good night, Lozzie. Have a good night. Get some sleep. All right, we're going to go real lightly with this. It's just supposed to add just a little bit of color, okay? But we are going to add more color like along the edge where the sails would be overlapping, where maybe there would be a little bit of shadow. Like I know that in reality, were you on this ship, there's a lot of space between the sails, but you know, it's a coloring page, so we don't need to be too perfect about it. Okay, but we are going to go super light. So like I said, we are using number 38. Ooh, I got it. Michelle. Michelle's number 1. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure Michelle had a nice soft side to him, was just not one we get to see all that often. Real light hand when you do this, by the way, because this is one of the darkest greens in the bunch. But what it is, and the reason I chose it, is because it's a cooler green, which is what I wanted. The dotted lines in the background, they're supposed to represent clouds. They're supposed to represent clouds. So I'm going to do something like pinks and orange and yellows for the background. So yeah, they just represent clouds. A little bit here. fact, we may work on the clouds as soon as we're done with the ship too. I know, right? Yes. I don't know. I will say that as an adult, and especially as a parent now, I do have a harder time watching the show because Lorelai is just so self-destructive, you know? And so it's a tad more difficult to watch in that sense. Like, why are you doing this? Why don't you just do this? You know? Yeah, clouds, Robin. At least that's what I see it as. I suppose you could see it as, you know, like ocean spray, I suppose. But yeah, I interpret it as clouds. As soon as I'm done with the boat here, we'll move on to those and we'll do those. Just going real light here. Jason Digger Styles, I'm watching it now. Oh, Digger. Digger was misguided, I think. Thanks, Sherry. I think Digger had good intentions, but I think Digger was just as affected by the world that Lorelai lived in as much as Lorelai was, because as dysfunctional as Digger and Lorelai were, their parents were just as dysfunctional. Like, I liked the grandpa and everything. He was really sweet and nice, but her mother was a nightmare. Like, how are you supposed to end up normal with a mother like that? Aw, thanks, Lucy. I like Lorelai with Rory's teacher. Yes, Max. Max was wonderful. Max was probably one of my favorite. I mean, Luke is great just because he's there the whole series, but I think Max got the short end of the stick. He was such a nice guy. I would have married Max in a heartbeat. Like, no question. Hands down. Max was a serious winner. All right, now we're going to take number 10. Like I said, we're just going real light on the sails. Okay, so number 10. A little bit of that yellow. And this is one of the reasons why Ergosofts are great at getting a nice kind of pastel look at it. And we might add just a tiny bit of pink on the sails, kind of on the edge. Right? Exactly, Bev. There we go. All right, now we're going to take number 25. And we're just going to add just a little bit of pink. And the variations in color just kind of help to add something kind of interesting to it. Instead of just, you know, like a solid color. Ah, nonsense. She's got plenty left here. You should see the this one here. A little bit shorter, but oh my goodness. I've gone even shorter with this. I haven't even busted out the pencil extender yet. Oh wait, here we go. Here's this brown. I got this brown that's lurking in my case there. So, you know, it's like twice the size of this. Oh yeah, I use these within an inch of their life. Ergosofts are right up there with some of my favorite pencils. Easy. Easy, easy. Oh yeah, I like that. It's a little bright here. We're going to tone this down just a bit. There you go. See, we get a little bit of color on the sails. All right, so now we're going to zoom in and we are going to do the masts. So we're actually going to start with number 76. Okay. A little bit at the tops, tiny bit at the bottom. Tiny little flicks down. Not much. There's not a ton of space. Okay. Then we're going to grab number 49. And just lightly. Do you want a slight variation in the mast? Okay. Then for the flags, we're going to take our number 38 again. Okay, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to add a little bit of this darker green here. We're going to add a bit here. Okay, and we're going to add a bit there. And what we're doing is we're kind of accentuating that little bit of fold in the flag. Okay. I mean, and it's little, so you don't need to do a ton to it. Now we're going to grab that blue. I mean, again, it's teeny tiny. You could choose to use gel pens if you wanted to. A little bit of blue along the bottom. Just a little bit. Okay. Then we're going to grab our number 25. Right above that. And in the tiny little bit of space that we have above, we're going to get just a little bit of number 10. Just a tiny bit. Okay? So it's little tiny multicolored flags there. Let's see, make sure that's in focus. There we go. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and do these clouds. So you have a couple choices. You could use your pencils, or you could use pastels if you want to. I think we're going to go ahead and use pencils because since these cloud shapes are kind of outlined, we should be able to use them pretty well. So what we're going to grab, hi Alyssa, welcome. What we're going to go ahead and grab is our number 29. No, I take it back. Not 29. Not 29. We're going to grab 23 and 25. Those two are going to go together. Okay, and then we're going to grab number 24. Let's see. No, I take that back as well. We're going to grab number 4 and number 43. Then we're also going to grab, let's see, numbers 11 and number 1, and then we're going to use number 10. We may use an accent color, but for now, here, I'm going to slide these down so you can see what we grabbed here. Okay, I've just started using pastels, also kind of love them, just a bit messy. Oh yeah, I agree. I may have to get some of these pencils. Oh, Lucy, you won't be disappointed. I absolutely love these pencils so much. Let's see, number 25, number 23. In fact, you can type exclamation point, what is it? Ergosoft 36, I believe. And that should bring up the link for these pencils if you want to check them out, because they're fairly inexpensive as well. All right, so I'm going to flip these all over here so you can see their numbers. And we're going to zoom in, make sure we're in focus, lighten this up a little bit. Yeah, they're really not. I think it's, what is it? Let's see if I can type here. Exclamation point, Ergosoft 36, I believe is the command. Maybe. No, Staedtler 36? I think Staedtler 36. I can never remember all of my own commands. Staedtler 36. Yeah, I think Staedtler 36. My chat froze! Oh no, Shannon! Oh, that was the fine liners. Crud. Shannon, can you, thank you. Just Ergosoft. Okay. See? Shannon's better at my own commands than I am. I'm getting spoiled. Okay, so 25, 23, 4, 43, 11, 1, and 10 are the colors we're going to use. No, you're fine, Shannon. I can't remember my own codes. I need to like put a list out or something. Okay. All right, so here is what we are going to do. So we've got these bubbles here, and I think the way, I suppose I could zoom out a little bit. Okay, we got these bubbles on the waves, and I think the way that I'm going to do it is these little spaces here, here, here. Oh, you thought something was wrong. Oh. Here, 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 and here, and here are going to be like kind of swept up in the blue, I think, maybe. No, because it's going to look silly if this stuff isn't in blue. So, no, we're going to make this space in between here red also. Because I think these really are supposed to be bubbles. I'm not sure how I'm going to color these yet. I haven't decided. But as far as in between the waves, we'll go ahead and tie that all into the sky, I think. Yeah. Okay. So we have colors that are going to go together. We've got the darker red plus the pink. We have got this orange plus the light orange. We've got kind of a yellow orange. I was making grocery list. You can fire me. No, Kenny, no, I love you. I love you both. Please don't go anywhere. And then we'll use number 10 as kind of the filler color as the gradation here, okay? So, yeah, no firing. So we're going to start with number 23. Okay. Let's zoom on in here. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a little darker at the bottom. And we're going to go a little bit darker here as well underneath the bubbles. Exactly. You are a modded pair. Do not separate you two. So a little bit darker at the edge there, and then as you go in, it's a little bit lighter. Go. A little bit darker there. Now we're going to grab number 25. We're going to kind of go over that just a little bit. They're pretty, they're not super different colors, so that should make your gradation pretty easy. And again, just going lightly. I pressed a little bit harder on the inside with the other one, but as far as this number 25 goes, we're just adding a tad more. We're going to go super light, leave just a little bit of white, because then we are going to grab our number 10. Siamod twins. Exactly, Aspie, exactly. We are frickin' frack. Who is whom, though? All right, number 10. Okay, number 10 right there. All right, so we got a little bit of that nice kind of glow. All right, so now we'll move on to the next color. Now, this is all one section. I know this little space is small, but it's still connected. So this whole section is going to be our orange colors, okay? But what we will do is vary where we put our darker colors. So we're going to put a little bit darker here. We're going to fade in a little lighter. A little bit darker here. Fade in a little lighter. A little bit darker here. And fade in a little bit lighter. Okay, and then we're going to take this dark part, bring this out here. Okay, it's going to be a little bit darker there. And then we'll put them together. Kind of fade it as it goes in. A little bit darker in this corner. Fade as we go out. A little bit darker in the curve. And then fade this out like so. Okay, leaving just enough white so that we can add the lighter orange Me too, Kenny. I love these so much. I have a thing where I have to have the full set of everything. What is the biggest set of the Ergosofts? 36, sadly, Carolyn. It's only 36. However, that's almost kind of the appeal for them because, first of all, it exercises your brain in a way that you need to think more like, okay, how many different combinations of these colors that I can do so that my picture still looks different? Especially when doing something like this that has this much detail, you have to think about your combinations to make sure that it is balanced. But on the other hand, it makes it a lot less overwhelming rather than having to choose from like 150. So like in my head, I've used these enough. I know a lot of the color combinations already. All right, so now we're going to use number 43. We're going to go over that just a little bit, just so we can kind of smooth out that gradient. And then same as before as the other one, we're going to leave just enough white space to put a little bit of number 10 in to get a little bit of that yellow. Okay, so now we're going to grab number 10. And think of the yellow as like almost your highlight color. So I don't use the white much in the Ergosofts, but I definitely use number 10 quite a bit. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take... I'm good, Carol, or Carolyn. Sorry, not Carol, Carolyn. Now we're going to have our kind of yellow color. Thing of it is this space is kind of small and this space is kind of small, so it doesn't really do it just as much. However, this is pretty similar to this color. So we're going to do this little space here, and this space, the yellow, and then we'll move on to some red here, and then we'll move over and do more orange this way. In fact, we'll probably do yellow here, here, and here. So this is going to be a little bit darker. We have a very small space to work with, so we're not going to do too much here. A little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there. Same thing here. A little bit in that corner, a little bit of that curve. Okay, now we're going to grab number 1, leaving just a little bit of that white for number 10. Okay, then we're going to add our number 10. There we go. Now, what you could do if you wanted to make this a little bit more balanced is you could put orange on the other side of here and go like red, orange, yellow, orange, red, orange, yellow, if that makes sense. But I feel like that's going to make this a little bit too yellow. So now for this section, I'm going to go ahead and go back into the orange, and that's going to be this part here. Okay, so we're going to start with number 23. Go a little bit harder. And lighter as we go. And we got a bit more space to work with, so I can add a little bit more of the darker color first before we add the lighter one. Okay. Go. There we are. Now this is the boundary of where the red's going to be, so I'm going to go a little bit darker here. And having this darker color here at the edge is also going to help to separate it from the rest of the clouds. I will say doing this with pastel wouldn't get you this kind of shadow variation. So that is one of the perks of using pencil over pastel, especially when you're working in a small space. Okay, so now we're going to take number 25. Going to add to that gradation a little bit. Okay, and remember we're going to leave just a little bit of white in the middle for our highlight of our number 10 yellow. Okay, about ready for it. Okay, now we're going to grab number 10. Go. There's that one. And you can kind of see how it's starting to come together a little bit. It's going to be a real nice contrasty color. That's another reason why I wanted to do this in cooler colors. You've got the browns, you've got the greens, because this, I knew the sky was going to be such a warm color. I have a small set of Derwent pastel pencils for small spaces like that. It's awesome. I haven't actually tried the pencils. I have the Derwent Color Soft, but not the pencils. Now, I feel like I left a little bit too much of a harsh line, so I'm going to go back in real quick with the number 23, the darker red, and just try and make that a little bit more even. In fact, we can even take 25 now blend that out just a tad more. There we go. All right, so next color we're going to use is it's going to be our orange. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do orange here, and then we'll do yellow here. So we're going to use number 4 first. A little bit darker orange there in the corners. Okay, a little bit there. Put there. Put there. Okay. All right. Then we're going to grab number 43. Okay. Going to kind of blend that a little bit, leaving just enough space again for number 10. Okay, so now we're going to grab number 10. And we're going to kind of just lightly blend that in. And I'm not using any blending solution, no blending stumps of any kind. It's just the pencils themselves. And it's all about using light layers. Everybody messes up my name, no worries. Yeah, that autocorrect, it'll get you. It'll get you. All right, so now I'm going to grab number 11. And these two spots are going to be kind of the yellower color. So we're going to do a little bit heavier in the corners, like the other ones. Okay. Tiny bit there. Then we're going to grab number 1. Pretty similar colors, so the gradation's not difficult with these ones. All right, and then number 10. All right, so there's that yellow. Now what we're going to go ahead and do, now we're kind of moving up from a straight line, and we're going to be moving up in this cloud, so we'll be differing it a little bit. So what I'm thinking is we're going to start with orange here. This is an awful big one behind here. I'm not quite sure what color we're going to do for that yet. I think what we might do is do these smaller ones first and then move over to the big one. It's teaching me patience for sure. Oh yeah, I can imagine. All right, so let's go ahead and grab number 4. Okay. Gonna go a little bit darker here in these corners, like before. Bring that right across here. Okay. Hi, Samantha. Welcome. One second, chat. Okay, there we go. All right, we're gonna bring this right up here like so. Okay, there we are. Now we're gonna grab number 43. Kind of blending in with that. I can press a little bit harder with this lighter orange at the edge of that other orange. It really helps to blend that in. Okay, 43 all the way up there. Now we're going to grab number 10. There we go. So I am thinking that red's going to work back here because this is just one big cloud. So let's do that. Let's do the red. I think that's going to be the most appropriate picture. I think if we do yellow or orange, it's going to be too much. I think. So let's get that red done and out of the way. Okay. All right. So I definitely did, Samantha. How was your week? Okay. So we're going to start with number 23. Okay. Right up there. Now you're not going to get much shadow from a sail, so I'm not going to add too many dark points with this red there. Maybe a couple, but For the most part, I'm going to focus on the gradation between the reds. Reds, pinks, whichever. Okay. Aw, thanks, Aspie. Emily, for a smaller set, they are really pretty. They're really pretty colors. Yes, they are. If you look at a lot of my pictures, you'll notice that they get this really kind of pastel look to them, and that's because of these. How do you determine where and how much to highlight? Gosh, I'll be honest, Janine, I don't put. I think it just sort of happens for me. I don't know. So I know that if I put here, okay, so here's my logic behind it. For this little bubble, for instance, this cloud here, I know that if I put too much yellow, that it is going to, let's get that in focus here. It is going to outweigh the amount of orange that I have here. Now we already have a yellow section. So if I were to do too much yellow on here, these might look too similar. So I still want to make sure that there is plenty of orange that is there. But if I were to leave too small of a yellow part, it might muddy and it might not stand out as much. So I have what's called my rule of threes. Now, you know, it's art, so there's not, you know, super strong rules. But for me, when I am choosing a space to color, a lot of times I will choose 3 colors: a dark, a mid, and a light. So my dark color is this here, and that is my number 4. My mid color is going to be this lighter orange color, number 43, and my light color is going to be number 10. And to be perfectly honest, I choose yellow more often than not just because the white doesn't blend as well, and I just feel like the yellow works out much better with a lot of these. And so, like I said, I want to make sure that this space looks more orange than it does yellow. So it's like, okay, well, I know that I want at least, you know, I have to kind of divvy it out into 3s. You know, I don't want this orange to completely go away. So I'm like, okay, that means that, you know, at least a third of this needs to be dedicated to the darker orange. And then I'll leave another third for the kind of mid-orange. But I also want to blend it up enough so that there's no harsh lines. So then that leaves about this much for the yellow. So I look at the space that I'm using, and in my head, I sort of divide the space into thirds, depending, or, you know, if you're using 4 colors, I'll divide it into fourths, because I want to make sure that I'm able to get each and every one of those colors in. So a lot of times if I have a space that's too small, you know, like this little seahorse down here, you know, I'll change the way I divide it up. But like even for the jellyfish here, I had some purples, I had some blues, I had some pinks, I had some yellow. And so what I did first was I added the purples and the blues, and I had a little bit of a white space. And I'm like, okay, well, jellyfish are kind of iridescent, so I want a little bit of that look to it. So I was like, we're going to add some red. And then as I'm sitting there staring, I'm like, you know what? It needs a little bit of yellow highlight here. So, you know, I put that on top. But generally, in this kind of situation where you're not adding a ton of other colors, you got your 3 basic colors. I say, okay, 3 colors. How can I divide this space into thirds so that it's evenly amounted so that I know I can still get that highlight in? So this, for instance, was a slightly different kind of shading job. I knew that I wanted the green to be the main color, but also I didn't necessarily divide it into thirds. I based where I was going to do it mainly on, okay, I want to express that this sail is mostly green. So I did it on the sides a little bit and on the other side and a little bit on the bottom. Because if you think of it, if there's a sunset and something's glaring on it, a lot of times, unless the light is coming from behind, you're going to be seeing the sides, and then there's a part on it that's going to hit the highlight. So the reason I added the yellow and the red, first of all, red is a contrasting color to green. So I knew that that was going to help it balance and help the eye pop. But also, I knew that I wanted to do reds and yellows and oranges for the sky. So having the yellow highlight and the red here is it's like it's a sunset, and that the glow is kind of shining on the sail a little bit. So that was my thought process. And then you can see I even left a little bit of white, because you think about it, when a sunlight is shining on something, on certain sections, it almost blows it out. So it's just like, okay, it makes sense to leave a little bit of white there. Plus, I wanted to express that this is a pretty light colored sail, which is why I went so light on the green, and having almost the 4th highlight just be the white. So there is a method to my madness a little bit. But so, for instance, with the ship, I knew I was going to have 3 colors. well, and I had the purple as kind of adding for the shading and whatnot. But I had, you know, my darkest brown, and then I had a mid brown, and then I had my light brown. So I had my dark, my mid, and my light, and then I took the purple in and I added it as kind of a contrasting shadow a little bit. So sometimes I'll add shadow later and it won't take into account where I paste the highlight colors, but generally I just, as I'm going through, I'm sort of subtracting the amount of negative space I have. I think, okay, I filled in this much amount with the dark color. Now I've got this much amount left for the other colors. So it sort of just depends on how many colors I've chosen for the object. But if you're ever struggling to figure out what colors to use, what colors to contrast it with, I highly recommend picking up a color wheel. So when I mentioned that the green and the red are contrasting colors, what I meant is that they are complementary colors. A color that is directly across from the other color on the color wheel is a complementary color. So for instance, orange and blue are complementary colors, which is why these waves and this orange and red and yellow sky look really nice together, because orange and blue are complementary. Kitty, out of the cords, honey. You're very cute, but you're gonna knock over the camera. And then you have your, like I said, you got your blue and orange, you've got your red and green, which is like what I did on the sails, which is why I chose green for the sails and the flags, because I knew I was going to be doing such a warm background that the sails and the flags were just going to pop off of that. And then you have your yellows and violets, which is why I chose violet for the boat, because, Kitty, please, honey, you're going to knock stuff over. I might have to put her out, chat. Just give me a, go on. Here, do you want up on the bed? You want up on the bed? There you go. Oof. Oh, she's a big kitty. With the browns, they're not necessarily yellow, they're not necessarily red. They're kind of a red and orange and yellow, but I knew that because my lighter color was kind of a yellowish brown, then it was gonna highlight that a little bit. But if you're ever trying to determine which colors to choose for your highlights, your contrasting colors, color wheels help quite a bit, and it's got all this information on the front too. And I think you can type exclamation point color wheel in chat, and that'll bring up a link. I think it was like $5 or something like that. So it wasn't too much. Okay, sorry, I talk a lot. I get excited about color. Hi, newbie, welcome. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's zoom back in real quick. I do, Sherry. I have 3 kitties, actually. In fact, if you go to my Instagram, I have a whole tab. You know, I've got the saved Instagram stories. I've got a whole section on kitty cats. Hi, Allie. Thank you. Okay, so number 23 we're still using here. Thank you, Shannon. There, we're going to just do red in these windows. Okay, this is all going to be red down here. She's coming back. It's like she knows. Just hold on, camera. Kitty. Okay. Oh, Kitty, you're all wrapped up in cords. Come here, Kitty. 1 second, chat. Come here. Don't hit the camera, Kitty. Come here. Want to say hi? You haven't said hi in a while. Here, under the cord, not over, under. Come here. Come here. What do you want? Oh, there we go. Let's see if she'll stay put long enough to say hi. There we go. Okay, we got some kitty paws here. There she is. Hi, kitty. Oh, she likes pets. Oh, sorry. Did I get your ears? I'm sorry. She's like pressing her face into my hand. Here, look at this. There we go. A nice kitty. You happy right now? Is this all you wanted? They're usually about 2 hours, Sherry. Live. We'll probably end about 10:30 tonight. When I do morning streams, it's usually 9 to 11. She's so happy right now. The look on her face, she's just like, ah. Yes, here, look up here so they can see your eyes. No, are you done? Are you done? Okay, see you later. You're just going to wrap up in cords now? Hmm? Hopefully not. Ah, okay. Okay, kitty, you got to go out. All right, 1 second, chat. I got to put her out or she's going to keep wrapping up in the cords here. Okay, here you go, kitty. Out you go. You've had your snack. Out you go. There you go. Okie doke. The kitties don't make too many appearances on the streams anymore, mostly because the kitten has a tendency to jump up on top of the computer tower and turn it off midstream, because that totally happened. The other cat likes to chew my cords, and as we just saw, this cat likes to wrap up in the cords, and she has knocked my webcam off my desk at least 3 times. So it's like, ah, thanks, kitty. Yeah, it's like 11:30 here. Yeah. Yeah, so it's 10:21. We'll end here in about 10 minutes-ish. We'll probably wrap up this cloud and then call it. Okay. But the kitties usually get a late night snack around 10 o'clock, and so they're just like, hello. Yeah, but I need 2 hours. Sometimes we'll extend it to 3 hours if we're like finishing a page or something. You know, I just realized something. Maybe I'm wrong. Does this look like part of a sail? Because I see this curve here, but then there's this line here. Okay, chat, what do you think? Is this just part of the rigging, or do you think this is a triangle sail here? I'm not sure. I was just about to color through it. But because of this line here, I'm thinking that this might be a sail. What do we think? I'm not sure. Love your color choices, Emily. Choosing colors definitely seems to be more of my challenge for me at times. Oh, thanks, Sherry. Yeah, well, Amber, that's why, yes, it's a sail. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like, That's why the Ergosoft are so nice, Amber, because, let's see, I know I was late, but will this video be available afterwards? Yes, newbie. Probably not directly afterwards, because the way that it works is YouTube has to upload it and process it. But if you want it, if it's late for you, it'll definitely be up and ready to go by tomorrow morning. Kenny and Shannon say rigging. It's this one here that throws me a little bit. That one there. Rigging? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. You know what? I'm going to go with rigging. I'm going to go with rigging because I feel like it's going to mess up the color balance if I just throw in a green sail over here. I mean, it could be a sail. Yeah, we're going with rigging. In fact, Amber, I did a live stream that's strictly color theory. And we went over how to blend. I think I used the Arteza pencils for it. I'm trying to see if I've got the worksheet here. Probably a good time to mention, too, if you're not part of the Facebook group, you can type !Facebook. It's such a huge sale. Exactly. If you're not part of the Facebook group, join it now, only because in the files, there are a bunch of freebies. There are color charts, there are coloring pages, but also in there is a worksheet that goes hand in hand with a color theory live stream. Exactly. With a color theory live stream where we went over how to shade, how to choose your colors. We went over in depth in the color wheel. So if you are struggling to choose your colors, there are a couple things I recommend. One, go watch the color theory live stream. Download the coloring worksheet. It's got little flowers you can practice on, and I have names of color combinations that you can use. Now, there are Arteza, but what I also have in the free downloads is a comparison chart like this one. Oh, dropping all my charts. It's cool. It's cool. I'm just making a mess. One of the ones that I have, if I can pull it up. Where did I put it? It's like in the back here. Here we go. Okay, so I have some comparison charts in there that you can fill out. For instance, if you have Prismacolors, this is, now it's not with the new 120 set of Arteses. This was with the original smaller set. But this is a Prismacolor versus Arteza color comparison chart, as well as Ergosoft versus Arteza and Prismacolor. Basically, Ergosoft is the main color, which is what we're using today, and Prismacolor and Arteza are based off of that. But anyway, you can go in there and take a look at that worksheet. Take a look at the Color Theory live stream, and that, I think, has helped a lot of people in choosing their colors. But what I also recommend is start with a small set of pencils. I honestly feel like Ergosoft, first of all, are a great starter pencil in and of itself, because it really teaches the value of light layers, but also it doesn't have a ton of colors, so it's not nearly as overwhelming. So if you want a good starter set, definitely recommend those. But yeah, take a look at the stream, join the Facebook group, and there are tons of free downloads in the files section. So feel free to take a look at that. Let's see. Oh, you watched that earlier today. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Oh, I'm so glad, Sherry. I'm so glad. Well, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that stream. That was good. I enjoyed that. Let's see. Okay. 25. But yeah, so if you wanted the worksheet that we used during that, that is in the free download files. And now that we're getting to the end of it too, just as a reminder, we have a new coloring page up in the Etsy shop. It is the little fairy apple. See, I dropped everything and now I can't find it. Oh, it's right here. Ha! Ha ha. Oof, 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 oof. It's this one here. There's a huge series, well, not huge, there's like 5 different fairy houses, and I'm working on a series of them. But I'm also having a site-wide sale right now that's 10% off. That includes the stickers, which we have another sticker coming in a couple weeks. So anyway, you can type !Etsy, and you can go check those out if you like. Today I put all the fairy houses in a category of their own so that they're all in one place. But yeah, so loads of fun stuff going on. Aw, awesome, Carolyn. Yeah, because the sale's going to last all week. My idea was, because here it's spring break, so I was thinking, you know, everybody's hunkering down, not joining, you know, large groups of people to avoid, you know, germs. And so I was like, this seems like a good time. I know it's not spring break everywhere. I mean, heck, it's not even spring break in the same parts of the U.S., but it's spring break for me. So I'm like, works for me. Yeah, Allie, I was thinking after this one, my next page that I start is probably going to be one of the fairy houses. I haven't decided which one yet, but next new page that we start is definitely going to be one of them, and I will inform you all ahead of time so that you can download it if you would like. I'm using 25 here, by the way, now. I can't remember if I mentioned that. All right. How do you do the stickers? You mean like how do I make them or how do I get them to you? Oh, thanks for subscribing, Annette. I just saw that. Welcome to our coloring family. All right, so we're going to use number 10 here. Sorry, I was just glancing at chat. I get a little distracted sometimes. All right, number 10. This yellow kind of down here in some of these other little spaces. Here we go. All right, let's zoom out a tad, shall we? Let's turn this brightness down. Here we go. Make sure we're in focus. There we go. It's coming along. Oh, how do I make them? Well, I draw them up and I color myself, and then I have a company that I go through where I get things specifically printed. So like this one is a fully holographic sticker, but I changed it up for my second one And I had them just print certain sections holographic, which I think turns out really cool. Good night, Crystal. Have a great night. But yeah, I draw them up. In fact, quick question. Do you all want a sneak peek of what the new sticker is going to look like? You can't see it without the, you can't see it with the holographic stuff on it yet. This is just what I have colored for it. But would you like a sneak peek of the colored version for the stickers? Let's see if I can pull it up here. There we go. Please do the coffee cup you sent me. I can color along. You know, actually the coffee cup is what I'm thinking of because I think it's simpler enough that we may be able to get a fair amount done. Carolyn says yes. Clean my screen a little bit here. So I do a lot of my work on my iPad. I used to do a lot of hand drawing, but this has streamlined the process pretty significantly, and I honestly love the way that it turns out. Is anyone really going to say no? Maybe. Maybe they want to be surprised, or they just really hate everything. Okay. All right, so this is going to be the colored version of the sticker here. Let's get this in focus here. Oh, look at that. It changes color when I refocus it. How funny. There we go. That's pretty accurate to what the color is. Okay, so let's see if I can get in super close. All right, so the little leaves are going to be holographic. The flame is going to be holographic. The purple part of the mushrooms is going to be holographic. The blue curtains are going to be holographic. The blue flowers are going to be holographic. The 3 pink flowers, just the petals on top, are going to be holographic. The dark brown of the seed pods are going to be holographic. And then the white of the strawberry blossom petals are going to be holographic as well. And then everything else, it'll have a white background, and everything else should be solid. So that is the plan for this. Now, I haven't gotten the proof yet or anything like that, but yeah, I'm excited. Every time I finish a new one, I'm just like, oh. And then when you add the tiny little bits that are holographic, like, it just makes it that much cooler. I thought about doing a red apple, but honestly, I love Golden Delicious. So I was just like, I'm making a yellow apple. I love Golden Delicious. It's delicious. Well, we got quite a bit done. We got some of the waves and the water and the clouds and the boat. Like, we learned a lot, I think. So, yeah, I think that this could do pretty cool. But like I said, here, I'll give you a quick, show you all the pictures if you haven't been in there yet. So, this is the Apple Fairy House. This was the one right before that, which was the Fairy Plaza. And then before that one, we have the Fairy Teapot House, which is the matching set for this sticker here. And then we had the Fairy Recycling Fairy. So, you know, her little decaf coffee cup there because, I mean, I don't know, maybe a fairy should be drinking caffeinated. And then this was our very first one for the February event. And this is the matching sticker that goes with that. So, yeah, I think I'll create sets on Etsy where you can get it for a little bit less when you get them together. I think that would be a good idea. Anyway, okay. Well, I am going to go ahead and call it here. It is 10:33. This was an amazing night. I had so much fun. Thank you all for being here. Shannon and Kenny have been great. They've been putting links in. So join the Facebook group. If you're not following my Instagram, you can keep up on things there. If you don't have Instagram or Facebook, anytime there's an update or I have to cancel, I try to put it in the YouTube community page too. So if you're ever questioning anything, just head on over to there. You can type !schedule for my schedule. However, this whole week is going to be evening streams. So we're doing an evening stream tonight. We'll have an evening stream Wednesday and Friday because it's spring break and the kids are home all week and I can't stream during the day when the kids are here. So, anyway, so yeah, it's going to be all evening streams. Hopefully next week we might get back to normal. I'm thinking about moving Wednesday's morning streams to evening just because there's a lot of people that stream Wednesday morning. So yes, definitely, Shannon, definitely. But yeah, so loads going on. Yeah, and there's loads going on with Kimmy too. So for those of you that know Kimmy K, she's had some family stuff happen. So just keep Kimmy in your thoughts if you can. If praying is your thing, keep her in your prayers. But yeah, send some sweet thoughts her way. But yeah, so night streams the rest of the week. And yeah, Facebook, Instagram, community page. Check out the Etsy. We've got all those pages. And I plan to do more fairy pictures. So full set syndrome. Exactly, right? So we'll probably stream this or the hedgehog or whatever on Wednesday. Honestly, probably this because I'm having fun with it. And it's been a long time since I finished a Lost Ocean page. So I think I definitely would like to finish that. So thanks so much for the fun stream. Have a beautiful week. Big warm hugs. Loads of love for you and yours. Super time. Really enjoyed being here for the last part of the show. Well, I'm so glad you were here, Donna. I have to have the full set, Samantha. Exactly. So I've been lurking. Just want to let you know I'm here. Love the picture. Love the new sticker. Thanks, Diane. All right. Well, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I'm going to call it a night. I love you all. I could not do this without you. Or I could, and it would just be really boring. So everyone have a wonderful night, and I will see you on Wednesday. All right? Bye.